no doubt at Mr. Bersham-Poor's suggestion, Mr. Hasawi came to London and they talked to him about joining them in property deals. And because I was their solicitor, they introduced me to Mr. Hasawi at their office, which was in Old Burlington Street. That was 1973. Mr. Bersham-Poor and Mr. Shasha were property dealers, and so naturally it followed that I was able to help Mr. Hasawi because he was going to deal in property as well. That time the banks were lending 100% finance. In other words, you would find a property, you would go to your bank, you'd say it's going to cost £250,000, they'd just give you £250,000, and they weren't prudent. The banks never assumed that there could be action, and the whole thing just got so excitable and so frothy, as we say, that it was inevitable that there was going to be a crash. It was a bubble, and then finally, the bubble burst, and people didn't have any money because they had no equity in the properties. The banks funded the whole thing 100%. So when the crash came, there was a lot of grief around, and a lot of people had very burnt fingers, and so the prices came right back. It shook out all the speculators, all the lightweight people. So for a serious property professional like Mr. Hasawi, it was a perfect opportunity.